Hi, I'm Fred Sokolow, and this is a lesson on fingerpicking the songs of Woody Guthrie. Got a great bunch of tunes picked out for you. So let's tune up the guitar to get started. Here's the low E, 6th string. And here's the 5th string A. The 4th string D. 3rd string is G. 2nd string B, and the 1st string E. All right, we're going to get started with our very first tune. Back home, they say, are leaving town every day, beating the hot old dusty trail to the California line. Across those desert sands they roll, rolling out of the old dust bowl. They think they're coming to a sugar bowl, but here's what they find. The police at the board of entry say, you're number 14,000 for today. Ain't got the do-re-mi, boys. If you ain't got the do-re-mi, well, you better go back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Kansas, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden, a paradise to live in or see. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot if you ain't got the do-re-mi. Now if you want to leave your house and farm, that can't do nobody harm, or take your vacation by the mountains or the sea. But don't swap your old cow for a car, you better stay right where you are. Take this little friendly tip from me. 'Cause I look through the want ads every day, and the headlines on the papers always say, if you ain't got the do-re-mi, boys, if you ain't got the do-re-mi, well, you better go back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Kansas, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden, a paradise to live in or see. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot if you ain't got the do-re-mi. If you don't know much about Woody Guthrie, reading his autobiography, Bound for Glory, is a good place to start, and the movie of the same name wouldn't hurt either. But he was quite a character, and he inspired an awful lot of other singer-songwriters, including Pete Seeger, Bob Dylan, and a long list of them. That song, the Do-Re-Mi, tells part of his life story, because he lived through that time when the Dust Bowl The dust storms really wrecked the farmland in Oklahoma, and tons of Oklahoma folks came out to California and tried to make a living here and didn't find it so easy. So Woody mostly played with a flat pick and strummed. He wasn't a real, hot-shot instrumentalist. He was a singer-songwriter and a communicator. But we're doing these songs in fingerpicking style, and most of them I'm doing in the sort of the Travis picking style, where you got the alternating thumb, and the fingers are playing the melody on the high strings, while the thumb just keeps that steady alternating thing going. Whenever I play in that style, and most fingerpickers do this, I put my two fingers that I'm not using down here on the on the guitar to sort of stabilize your picking hand, and it just focuses everything, all the energy, into these fingers. Now I've got these finger picks and a thumb pick on. You don't have to do those. I'm just kind of used to it because they make things louder and clearer. And when you're playing with a bunch of other people, that really is important. Not so important if you're playing just by yourself. So the do, re, mi, we're in the key of C, and it's just the usual three chords in C, C, F, and G. And for basic backup that I'm doing, my accompaniment for my singing is this basic kind of finger picking and sometimes alternating like this. So I'm doing is playing like, think the names of the strings, the numbers of the strings are 5, 5, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, like that. 5, 3, 4, and sometimes I move to 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. So you got a little double alternating thumb. So the thumb's alternating between the 5 and the 4, sometimes the 5 and the 3. It doesn't really matter because you keep that same rhythm going either way, like this or like that. So during most of the singing, that's all I'm doing is that finger picking style and making the chord changes. Every once in a while I connect one chord to another with a bass run. That kind of stuff. Then you fall right back into the pattern. So that's mostly what happens in the accompaniment. When I played the solo, like I said, the thumb keeps rolling and you're playing the melody on the high strings. And the only time I ever got out of the first position was one place where the melody goes up here. So what I'm doing there is I'm keeping the C note for a bass note, and I can reach these high notes, but my thumb can alternate between 5 and 3, the open third string. So it's not a complete chord, is it? But it works. And then you jump right back, and it happens again at the end of the solo. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot. So you're playing the melody that way. By every once in a while you have to make up a chord position or go up the neck for a chord position, but that's as high as we have to go in this tune. So we're gonna go to a split screen, and you can get a close-up look of what both hands are doing. And what I'll do is I'll slow the tempo down and do the solo, the instrumental part of the tune, and then I'll sing one verse and chorus of it. And you can see what happens during all those different parts of the tune. by the mountains or the sea. But don't swap your old pal for a car. You better stay right where you are. Better take this friendly tip from me. 'Cause I look through the want ads every day, and the headlines on the papers always say